Hey friend, Roger Christofferson here again with another first listen review. Yeah, I found a few this week that caught my interest. I'm all over the place though with stuff I've been listening to this weekend. This one is from Lee Aaron. It's the new album called Elevate. Now, in case anybody out there is not familiar with Lee Aaron, don't feel bad. I haven't followed her too closely my life, but she's been around since the early 80s actually. 82 actually was the first release she had. It was called the Lee Aaron Project, and the reason I remember this album is because it had Rick Emmett playing guitar on one of the songs, and it had a couple of the guys from Santers. And if you don't know who Santers is, they're another Canadian band that you should really check out. I don't know whatever happened to them. They should have been huge. They were a great band. Had a couple albums out. I don't remember. I should actually do one of the Overlooked Gems on them because that was a really good band. Really good band. So anyway, I got into her when she had a song called what the hell was it? Something about your body. I can't remember now. Body Rock or something like that. What you do to my body? That's what it was called. It was on a channel called Much Music, which was like the Canadian version of MTV. A buddy of mine had like cable and had all this extra stuff on it, and I just remember seeing that video all the time. And I'm so glad I got to watch Much Music because there were so many cool Canadian bands that I got to see that never got played on MTV. So this was one of those bands, I guess, but she was a solo artist, but she had a complete band, rock band, kind of fit in the Lita Ford-ish type style. I guess, that style of music, kind of not quite metal, but it was a little heavier than rock, hard rock type stuff, I guess is what you'd call it. So she was pretty popular back in those days. She was like 20 years old, I think, when that first album came out. So, yeah, she's been around for a while. And somewhere along the line, she switched styles and started making jazz music. And I'm like, nah, I'm out. I don't know what that was. I guess, good for her for wanting to try and use musical stuff, but I am not into jazz, like, even a little. So, kind of lost track of her. I know she made a comeback here a few years ago with a couple other rock records, and I did not get those. Didn't really pay any attention to them. And saw a few weeks ago, this one was announced to be released. I'm like, you know what, I'm going to check that out. I remember liking the stuff back in the day. Haven't really listened to it in a very long time, but, I'm going to give it a try. So here it is. I got it. Just got done listening to it, and it's kind of all over the place. I guess in the band right now, it's her on lead vocals, guitarist Sean Kelly, Dave Reimer on bass, and John Cody on drums. Don't know anything about any of those guys, so it's kind of like just a new band for me to hear. It's kind of a strange arrangement on this album because it starts out, songs are good, mid-tempo, upbeat, rockers. Nothing really stood out as being like, oh yeah, this is a single, this is the big hit. She sounds great. She still sounds like amazing, actually. Guitar playing is great. The production is great. The bass, drums, everything sounds great. You get to like song 5, Heaven's Where We Are. That's the first one that actually kind of had a hook, I guess, that stuck into my head. And then he gets to a song called Still Alive, and man, that one, I don't even know. It just like all went south. I did not like that one at all. There's a lyric in there about the backseat of your car. I don't know what it is, but if you're like older than 25, don't be singing about the backseat of your car. That lyric is like been so overused. Steve Perry did it on his last album, and I remember hearing that, and I just cringed hearing that. I'm like, dude, nobody wants to hear about the backseat of your car. If it was in the past or now, nobody wants to hear about it. I don't know. So that just really threw me off, and the song was just kind of a blah, mid-tempo, went nowhere. Then song 7 there, Highway Rome, kind of picked back up again. Not really much of, it was a catchy little chorus, but nothing really spectacular. And then song Red Dress, I don't know what this is. It was it's out of left field. It sounded like a love song from some musical or something. I sang great, a lot of piano, but man, it just sounded like a song from a musical. I don't know. It's just the lyrics were strange. Just I don't know. There's nothing really positive to say about it. It just really fell out of place on this album. Sorry, it just really did. I try not to be too mean in these when I'm not like liking it, but I just can't find a whole lot positive to say about that song. I'm just sorry. Now, Spitfire Woman. This song's long for the rest compared to the rest. 6 minutes, and it's kind of a mid-tempo thing. Starts with just the bass, and it's very slow to build up. And it's got a little weird lyric-y thing going on in the middle there. Talk about a shopping mart and your heart, and I don't know. I was like, I heard that a few other times. A couple lyrics here and there that just maybe needed a little bit more working or thinking through. But I'll tell you what, by the time the end of the song finally comes around, it's really built up. It's got a cool riff going on. There's some violins happening that really added to the song. But by the time you get there, it's like, the song is so long, I don't care at that point. So my suggestion would have been to bring that element in a lot sooner, make that and it was full. And that's one thing the rest of these songs have just been missing. There's no fullness to it. There's nothing that reaches out and grabs you. There should have been when the chorus kicks in, you want something that pulls you in and grabs you and builds the song up. The dynamics were not there on any of those first few songs. At least nothing that really caught my ear. And then you get to the last song, the title song, Elevate. Why was this song not the opening track? This is the best song on the whole album. This is, at first, it's a title track. It's catchy. It rocked. This should have been the opening song. I don't know who made these decisions, but they were probably not the best decisions to make. So that being said, I don't know. I probably rate this. Oh my gosh, that's gonna sound horrible. I'd probably rate this a 5.5, 6 maybe, if I'm being generous, out of 10. Only because production is great, performing is great. Most of the songs are okay. They needed a little extra work here and there, and I think this album would have been a lot better. But as it is right now, I'm going to be honest, I'll probably never listen to it again. The only real positive thing that I can get out of this experience is that I'm glad that she's out there still doing it, and it makes me want to go listen to those first couple records again. It's kind of strange that actually I want to go listen to the earlier stuff because I remember liking that stuff, so it makes me want to go check that out. As far as this one goes, sorry, I don't know, man. I don't know. I was really kind of I wish I liked it more. And I can't picture myself taking the time to listen to it again to try to give it another chance. It was just that blah to me. So I apologize. I'm not trying to piss off any Lee Aaron fans out there, but if there's somebody out there that really thinks I'm missing something or agrees or disagrees, whatever, feel free to leave your comments down below. Remember, I'm trying to be as nice as I can here too, so I appreciate it if everybody else is nice to each other on here. And be sure to subscribe, and share all that fun stuff, and I'll talk to you on the next one. See ya.